Tasty, tasty.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, folks. It is Thursday, and we're streaming again. And we've got a few bits to do. We've got some keyboard chores to do. I've got some vintage games console modding to do ahead of Saturday. I have some store website stuff to tell you about and to share with you and to do with you. And I have some things to complain about as well, because that's just the way life might be right now. JQ UK, you did get first today. Congratulations, dude, and well done on coming first. We always like to see that. Moons of Empire is here as well. Good afternoon, buddy. 07 Bulbs is here too. Mr. Kalane subscribed for 26 months with Prime Gaming. Says, happy Thursday all. Just checking in before I go get a haircut. Too hot for long hair. I know the feeling. I need a haircut as well. My hair is getting out of control in terms of its length. But let's light up the ping pocket ship just for you, Mr. Kalane. Thank you very much for that. Root MC, good afternoon, good sir. Basil the Mighty is here as well. Never thought I'd see the day. Kalane says it's too hot for something. Hey, Australians got to feel a heat suit too sometimes. Philly of Fish is here as well, says good afternoon. And Nate Cubed is here after Nate Cubed. Says good afternoon all as well. Scartam is here as well, says good morning to everyone also in the US. We're not in the US, but good morning. We are here in the UK. Svengali's here too. Scartammer says, if I ask a farmer for 12 asparagus and he gives me 13, what should I call the 13? A freebie. It's like a baker's dozen, right? Where you order 12 of something, but you get 13. And the idea originally behind that was like a quality control thing. So you have one to use for quality control. Whether that's for testing purposes or whatever else. Anyway. Let's start wrapping up with some PT news. So, if you haven't heard about it, there's a new EU regulation that's dropped into force that's affecting businesses around the world about packaging supplies and how you have to be able to document every single packaging supply, how it's recycled, how it's been recycled, how it can be recycled, and how much it weighs, and all of this kind of thing for every single product that you sell. So, I've been reaching out to multiple suppliers and prototypists over the past week to talk around their packaging, such as G&K and Signature Plastics and all of the keyboard suppliers and the people who supply our boxes that I have custom produced and things like that, for all of this information. And no one has it, which is great. So yeah, so whilst I've done the hard bit and we've figured out how to get a rep in every single EU country, and we've registered for the EU legislation in every single EU country, which is very expensive. I think it's cost something like £12,000 just to do all the registrations. And oh, it's asparagus. It's just popped into my head. It's asparagus. Asparagus. I'll catch you with chat in a second, but if someone else has realised that before me, I'm sorry. It's asparagus. Where did that come from? Anyway, yeah, so I've registered all the business over the past few weeks in all of the different EU member states. I've paid for a fractional employee in each of the EU member states, and now I need the information to be able to send the information as part of the packaging and shipments to each country as we dispatch packages there that details all of this packaging. And if I don't do it and I continue to ship to EU countries, I will be hit with a 15 million euro fine, or 3% of our annual worldwide turnover as a fine, whichever is the highest. This is how things go. So I've been sending a document to pretty much all of our suppliers, and I'll read you that out because it's quite interesting. So effectively it says, receiving our packaging compliance for products sold into EU under the EU Packaging and Packaging Waste Regulation, the PPWR, which began applying on 12th of August 2026. So that was yesterday. As we sell your products to EU customers, please could you confirm which packaging is supplied by each product SKU, package size, and provide the information below for every packaging component. This includes retail product and packaging, internal protective packaging, bags, trays, sleeves, inserts, labels, films, cartons, and any other packaging that reaches us with the goods. For each component, please getting tongue-tied. For each component, please provide the product and SKU size, so for example, GMT, base kits or small trays, etc., and a clear description or photograph of the packaging item, packaging weight in grams per unit, split by individual component where possible, full material composition including paper, cardboard grade, polymer type, coatings, laminates, adhesives, inks, and mixed material layers, whether the material contains recycled content, and if so, the percentage, whether it's post-consumer recycled content, whether the component is a mono material or separable into its different materials, any recyclability information or test evidence you already hold, confirmation or test evidence for restricted substances, particularly the combined heavy metal limit under PPW Article 5, any existing EU declaration of conformity, technical file, material specification, test report, safety data sheet, or other PPWR EU packaging compliance documentation. If you're not the packaging manufacturer, please let us know who is, and we'll present the information. And you can provide this in a spreadsheet by SKU size, which is absolutely fine. We do not need a special format at this stage. I appreciate that some of the future PPWR requirements are phased in, so please simply identify anything you cannot currently confirm and the expected date you can provide it, and this will help us accurately manage our EU compliance rather than make assumptions about the material. So far, 0 suppliers have been able to give this information except for the company we buy our boxes through, who gave us it without us even asking for it like 6 weeks ago. So yeah. Anyway, let's catch up with chat. A spare, I guess. You should have to give it back because you're not a thief. It's a joke. Whatever heads of his head. Yeah. LOL. Asparagus. Yeah. Okay. I apologize. This EU packaging thing is pretty destructive for so many small businesses I've been hearing. I think that a lot of businesses will just stop shipping to the EU because it is for every business worldwide. So I know that Novel Keys are looking at this. I've been talking to them today. I know that Oblonsky is looking at this. I'm talking to them today. I know that Toro Keyboard is just likely going to turn off EU sales. I know that Keep Supply has done, and a lot of other vendors have just turned it off because they can't comply with it. It's just almost impossible to comply with. So it's massively destructive. Hi Slim, thanks for being here. I get the focus on sustainability, but that is nuts. Yeah. God, I love the EU. They're great at creating legislation that pushes business growth /S. I do still wish we had left. Yeah. I got lost after the fourth word you mentioned. Rue, as someone who is entrenched in economics as you are, I thought you'd be all over this. I thought you'd be all over this. Mr. Kalain, it is a joke. It's asparagus. It's asparagus. It's asparagus. There was a spare one. There was a spare-agus. It is a joke. It's not about anything. Unless you're just doubling down on your joke, which is fine. So I don't know what it's going to mean. Ultimately, I think we are able to comply with most of the legislation, and I assume that all of the manufacturers that we work with will give us the information in due course, so we'll be able to comply with it. I think that every other vendor I've spoken to is unwilling to comply. So yeah. Businesses within the EU have no choice and just can't afford to comply, so don't have much choice but to temporarily close. Yeah, I think the issue for most EU vendors will be. Look at my bad mate. I need to go to the doctor. One of the issues that most EU vendors will have is the fact that they won't be able to have a representative or register in each of the EU member states in a cost-effective way. And whilst they might be able to get all of the information, they'll only be able to serve to the country they're in. So if you're a vendor in Germany, you'll be able to ship to Germany, but you won't be able to ship to France. If you're a vendor in France, you'll be able to ship to France, but you might not be able to ship to Austria and the Netherlands and Germany, wherever. It depends on where your business is. But ultimately, it's a really difficult legislation to get through. I think we're compliant with everything we can be compliant with, and the only thing left we have to do is figure out from the manufacturers what their information is, and as long as we can track it and then hand that over to the government when they ask for it, we'll be fine. But we have to track it for every order as well, which isn't something that natively happens in Shopify. So I've had to create a whole new spreadsheet, which I did not last Friday, the Friday before. I created a whole new spreadsheet that pulls every single order from Shopify, and then by SKU, by individual component, it then has a field in there that will pull from another tab, which I need to create once the manufacturers give me the information. So say if it's a GMK product, look on the GMK tab, there's the GMK information. And then I will have a tracked spreadsheet. And if someone says, give me the data range for this country between the 1st of January and the 1st of December, what's your call? I can get it. But it's fair. I don't understand why you also find this thing. It's not theft if you're given it. It's not theft if you're given it. So yeah, so if you're in the EU and you're buying something from an international vendor, ask if they're fully compliant before your package gets shipped, because it might get destroyed on the way. The fines for it are ridiculous. So the fines for it are 15 million euros or 3% of your annual turnover, whichever is higher. So if you're a small business that sells 20 packages to Europe a week, you might just need to turn it off because you're never going to be able to afford the fine.
Incredible.
It's ridiculous. It's insane. The law isn't clear on what packaging is either. So if I buy a keyboard, if I buy a key set, I've got this fan under my desk. Let's just put my hair up. If I buy a key set, this is classed as packaging. So this cardboard sleeve is classed as packaging, and I need all the details for that. The plastic trays are classed as packaging, and I need all the bits for that. If you buy a keyboard and it comes in a carry case, like this, is that packaging? Is the carry case packaging? I would say it's not, but you know, will the legal side? Will we get told it's packaging and we have to comply with it? Who knows? Who knows? But it even includes like void fill. So like when we shove packing tape into the box to like fill the space up, includes that. Maybe we should start doing t-shirts and including t-shirts and just say, look, if you pay an extra £5 on shipping, you get a free t-shirt, and we'll just shove the cheapest t-shirts we can find in there, and then it doesn't class as void fill. I don't know. Zahid says, is there any way to improve GMK packaging without running into additional costs and breaking the sustainability law, so at least it doesn't arrive absolutely after? So I think this depends on how it gets packed, but no, effectively GMK would have to sell the case as a separate product. So the tray as a separate product that we would have to buy because it would have more cost. And we'd also have to be able to sell it individually and also track it as a separate SKU product. So we'd have to list it on the website. So you'd have to buy a GMK base kit, plus you'd have to buy a GMK tray, and you'd have to list those as two separate SKUs.
Tasty,
to be able to
tasty.
comply with that. Now the GMK packaging as it stands, maybe it could be improved. I have some here actually, because I opened Combo, but it could be there. So if you haven't seen GMK packaging, it's basically inside a box. And inside that box you get this tray, and then inside this tray you get the keycaps. Now, what I think happens is, like, most of the time when they get shipped and shaken around, they shouldn't move out of place particularly too much. But what I think happens is sometimes when vendors are packing the boxes, packing this box inside of another box, they don't put anything on top. And what happens is the box bows, and the box does that inside the packaging when it's undergoing like stresses of just being shipped around or moved around and thrown upside down and whatever else happens to it. And then that allows the lid to lift off slightly. And when the lid lifts off slightly and then it gets shaken, it moves all the keycaps around. So I think the real answer to this is, when you're shipping to customers, what you need to do is you need to just make sure that you put a void fill on top of the box as well as all around it, so that it can't be, so it's kind of compressed and pinned into position. When we've done that, we've had very few customers come back to us and say that their keycaps are messed up. But of course, they could come messed up from the factory, and we wouldn't know because it depends on how they've been packed from the factory as well. The only thing that GMK could probably do is include like a little layer of cardboard on top of this layer, so that when you put it on top, there's another layer to kind of like bolster that in place. That would be the ideal solution, because the bottom rows very rarely come messed up, because the fitment of the underside of the top tray, the underside of this tray, actually fits up against the keycaps a little bit better. So maybe they could even design the grooves that are on the bottom of these trays just want to show you. Screws on the bottom of these trays into the inside of the top tray. But as you can see, I've been throwing it around. It's very little of it's got messed up, even though I've been twisting it around and throwing it about and showing you guys when it's not even sealed. So yeah. But I have hundreds of GMK keycap sets behind me, and I think out of all of those, I've opened maybe 4 that have been messed up. So yeah. Hey man, thanks very much for being here. Thank you again for work time stream. Please really help me having a headache. I hope your headache feels better soon. Godzilla Waddle, I did miss your subscription, so thank you very much for it. Thank you for lighting up the pink rocket ship. For 25 months. 25 months. Crazy. Can GMK not just not add strips of tape or string to hold white packaging together? Maybe. I think the boxes could be a little bit tighter, but I don't think it needs that. I think it just needs something inside to stop the keycaps having as much room to move. That would help. I mean, the other way to do it is to do something like what Signature Plastics do, and they just literally shrink wrap the keycaps onto a piece of cardboard, and that's how it comes from the manufacturer, which is also shit because it's really impossible to open without making a mess, which you'll see in a little bit. But the what I will say about the GMK trays is these are incredibly recyclable, and they do pass all European laws for recyclability because they're just biodegradable. The boxes are made from recycled cardboard that's recyclable as well. The boxes are just made from a starch product, basically like potato starch, and they're ultimately recyclable. And they're great compost as well. If you compost them down, they make a great fertilizer for your garden. So yeah, I think GMK have got it on the right track compared to other vendors that do it in like a thick plastic case. Whilst that might feel like more of a premium product, it's actually so much worse for the environment. So it depends on where your head sits on. I want the best thing I can possibly have as a part of the product, because it's not the actual product. The product is the keycaps, right? So you want an extra add-on that's really good, or you can have something that's really sustainable. And it swings and roundabouts, and different companies will choose to go in different directions. I do think it's always funny seeing people showing pictures of the keycaps all over the place after opening. Yeah, but how many of them have staged that? This is the other thing as well, Nate Cube. Like, how many people have actually just staged that? Because if we want, we could do that right now. Like, we could do this. We could open up the key set, and we could just go lift off the lid a little bit, shake it like that, and go, oh, I'm just unboxing my GMK set. Oh my god, what a GMK playing at. Oh my god, my keycaps are all over the place. You know, we can absolutely do that, but, and I'm not saying anyone would do that, but maybe they would. You know, there is an option for people to do that. And, you know, is the product damaged? No. Does it impact the unboxing experience? Maybe, but people can stage a better unboxing experience. So, yeah. On a more potentially positive note, today has the chance of being a historic day. Have you been following the Clacton by-election? I have, Slim. Yes, I have been following it, and I'm hopeful for a certain outcome. We will see. We will see. It also might be the hottest day of the year here in Bradford as well, so we'll see as well. I think as a hobbyist, buying countless copies of different colour keycaps isn't exactly the best for the environment. True. So we might as well make the packaging recyclable, right? I shake it really hard so I can blame the delivery driver. Thanks, Frankie. I knew that was what you did. Like, as of all the people I thought about, you were the one who I thought would do that. Maybe a GMK bin base key set. Maybe. Hey, if someone wants to design one and get the rights, we could probably do that. If someone comes up with the idea for GMK reform, though, I might say no. Oh god, it's so hot. My hair is just melting, and it's like falling flat. Like I can do nothing with it in this heat. Like it just wants to do absolutely nothing apart from go curly. So metallic silk with a black alert roll. That could be quite fun. Good afternoon, Jane. Thanks, it's an X, and good afternoon to everybody. Right, okay, so first keyboard chore. I know I've just thrown it all over the place, but it is actually to put this away into a tub. So I'm going to start to label up the tubs. This is GMK Combo Breaker. Which is in stock right now, and it will ship today if you order it today, or tomorrow if you order it outside of the next hour. But if you order it in the next hour, it'll ship today. So this is in stock. This Jim-Key. You can see my fan just blowing stuff around. I apologise. It's too hot in here, and I let Mel take home the AC from the office stupidly. As she rightly put it, I'm not paying her for her days off, so I should make them as comfortable as I possibly can for her. So yeah. Set of 2026, get it whilst it's hot. It's really, really good. 99p ice cream novelties. We can do that. Which personal group buy boards are you waiting on, which you're most excited for? So I am already lucky enough to have one of them, but it's the Craze. I think that people getting the Craze would be really, really excited for, or should be really excited for it. We paid the invoice last week, and I'm super stoked for people to get those boards. We have one here at the workshop, which is a prototype, but that's pretty cool. Other boards, I'm really excited to get our Ramuni 60s in, because I think they're just so cool. They are on a ship literally at the minute on the way here from China, and hopefully they'll arrive pretty soon, because I'm really excited to get mine ready for Durakawa. So this is GMK Combo Breaker, and I have the base kit, so my tub is all labelled up. Gemma, hello my dear, I hope you're doing well. 63mm. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff coming, and like there's always something new to be excited about. Looking forward to the opening next year. Yeah, we shipped the prototype off to, I think, to another streamer like 5 weeks ago, and it got returned back last week, and then we shipped it out again the other day. So when is the SDF extras raffle going to happen? Dude, like, I don't know is the honest answer. I've done a form because I want to do a form raffle. I just want to do it when I have time to give it the due diligence and care that I need to. And that's not going to be this week, unfortunately, because I have an open day at the weekend for some really, really cool Twitch subscribers who are coming down to the workshop. So I did an open call to our Twitch subscribers a couple of months ago and said, guys, if anyone wants to come and help me document my personal collection, I'm ready to sell them to raise some money for charity and to help me move house. Please let me know if you can come on any of these dates. And quite a few people signed up, and they're coming down this Saturday. And I'm really, really excited for it, because it's going to be really good fun. And we're going to be able to document loads of my personal key sets, keyboards, collection that I'm ready and willing to sell. And yeah, I'm stoked to be able to do it. I have lost the card for this. There is like a little combo break card that I have. I must have dropped it before. So that's on this weekend. So I just won't have the time to give it the due diligence. I think I might launch it on Wednesday or Thursday, because the other thing that's happening is the Stinger 60 is going live over the weekend, which is also going to be a raffle. And I don't want that to detract from the SDF, or the SDF to detract from that for people who want both. So I kind of have to see if we can like make everyone happy. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Do you keep every new set for the collection, or only ones you like? Zahid, I buy every set that I like. I don't sell any product I think is bad. I might sell colorways that I don't particularly like personally. Greg, for example, which is also in stock right now. I don't get it. I didn't buy it, but we stock it because I like GMK keycaps. But I mean, I have probably 250 to 300 GMK sets in my personal collection. I think we've sold somewhere around 350 in group buy, or fulfilled 350 group buy, because we fulfilled, the website says 750, but I was working this out the other day. We've actually just fulfilled last month our 1000th group buy. So we've been involved in just over 1,000 group buys now. We've actually fulfilled 1,000, which is kind of insane when you think about like just how many product ranges that is. So yeah, but I won't stock anything on the website that I think is a bad product. The same goes for switches and things like that. In fact, let's load up the website. I'll show you. So on the website right now, if I go here, is that going to work? So on the website right now, every single product that we have in stock, and like that's our whole in stock range, is all stuff that I think is good quality. Even our switches, and our switches are, well, like going forwards, I'm going to try and price every single switch at $1.99 for a pack of 10. No matter what they cost us, and you'll also see this price here is the cost price per 10 switches for us. So they cost us £3.90 for 10 switches, but we're selling for $1.99 because I think switches are consumable and we shouldn't be overcharging for these. Like as a big vendor, we should be making sure that switches are just easily accessible, even if we have to sell them as a loss leader, because it's the gateway drug to buying other products like keycap sets and keyboards and things that we can make a profit on. So I won't stock a product that I think is bad. So GMK keycaps I think are great, even if I don't like the colorway. The switches that we have, this is only a fraction. The switches that we have in stock on the website right now, these are only a fraction of the switches we have at the workshop. We have lots more. We probably have maybe 1 million other switches at the workshop, and I just think they're so terrible that I refuse to sell them because I don't think they're a good enough product to make it into the store. So yeah, obviously we have like Dynacap stuff, which I wouldn't, you know, and I can't include in that, but in $1.99 per switch because they're not a switch. But any specific switch like Cherry Petals, $1.99, and they cost us £3.49 to get here. The AGS Radiance, $1.99. The wholesale price for us was £4. So yeah, any switch that we can, we will stock for $1.99 or less. Even these ones are $1.99. Even if they don't show a discount. These came from Protozoa, so I don't actually know what the cost was, which is why they don't have a comparison price, because I have no idea what the price was. So yeah, but every single switch, every single product we sell is something that I will wholeheartedly back. And we dropped a ton of stuff in stock. We just dropped GMK Power 2048 in stock as well the other day, which is a really cool base kit. If you like Mac stuff, it's got some accent kits and other stuff. And we're going to have a look at Polch in a second, but we just dropped Polch in stock as well, which comes with a UK ISO kit. Really cool set. Really cool set. So yeah. Right. Okay, let's hide that. There we go. Okay, let's catch up with chat. Greg gets universal hate. I think a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't like it. Just ordered my girly drinks for Saturday. Nice. I'm looking forward to seeing you, Gemma. And I think in the evening. So we're gonna on Saturday, me and the guys from the SPC, we're gonna spend the day documenting my keyboard collection, and we're gonna spend the evening having some drinks here at the PT workshop and playing Mario Kart, as long as I get my next job done, which is to natively mod my N64, my childhood N64, to output over HDMI, which is going to be a challenge, but we'll get to do it. The opening will be my first raw board as well, so I'm looking forward to the fingerprint magnet. Yeah, you can clear coat it, or you can just keep it clean. All these things work. Saint 12, good day. Thanks for being here. Talking about keycaps, do you have any French ISO keycaps that come to mind? CS Jones, anything that has an international kit. So what you can do, and this is more geared for UK ISO customers, but if you go to shop in stock, hover over, come on, Jane, get your mouse working, and then come down to, in fact, all in stock keycaps. I think you can then do a filter on here by Norda UK and international kit, and this will show you the key sets that have a Norda UK kit or an international kit, assuming it's in stock. So the Norda kit sold out, but here on the KKB Nisrin set, when the international kit was in stock, you can see it does have the keys here for Azerty. So yeah, or it should do. Maybe it doesn't actually. Maybe a Norda UK kit doesn't include it. Maybe it's just international kits that include it. I'm just looking at that and it doesn't include it. Does the foundation one have it? Oh, the foundation one, the international kit's the GMK. What else do we have in the international kit? Do we even have these in stock? So the Norda, okay, so the Norda kit here should have included Azerty. Yeah, so this did include Azerty. Oh wait, is my PC frozen? Can you guys still see? Wait, why is my computer frozen? Hold on. Oh, my mouse has died. It's not my computer that's frozen, it's my mouse that's died. Okay, I wondered what was going on then. My mouse has died. There we go. Is that going to allow me to do anything? Okay. I might have to shut that down. Right, okay. Okay. My mouse is just not on the screen at all. Or it's completely dead. I don't know. I don't know, but I can't control anything now. This is really frustrating. Like, my cursor's just not moving anywhere. Okay. Okay. Greg is in stock? It is, yeah. It is in stock. N16 was a big international kit. It was, you're right, yeah. I can't see the chat anymore. The chat's paused. Why is my mouse not working? Do I need to go unplug my mouse from the back of the PC and plug it back in? Give me a second. Well, I don't think I have this keyboard set up for mouse keys. Give me a second, and I'm going to go unplug my mouse from the back of the PC and replug it back in. And I'm sweating as well. I've got a fan here. Like, you can see it blowing my shirt. I'm surprised that's not being picked up on the microphone, but it's still not enough to keep me cool. Give me a second. I'm just going to reset my mouse and see if I can get it to work. Okay, that seems to have done absolutely nothing. Maybe if I turn my mouse off and on again. The joys. Maybe it's Discord that's crashed. I'm just starting to close down stuff now to see if my mouse decides to come back. Wait, where's streaming stuff like? No. Try this. Control Shift Alt B. Control Shift Alt B. Yeah, did absolutely nothing. Does streaming feel a bit like something to stuff? No, because I can see chat in it. Yeah, like the Bluetooth's fine because the headphones are on Bluetooth. Let's see if I can reconnect it. Okay, can I then just use tab? This is an MX Master 4 or 5? Yeah, MX Master 4. Okay, so remove the device. Okay. Add device. Bluetooth. Okay, it's now in pairing mode. This is going to be really... The keyboard's working just fine, yeah. I thought I was using a dongle, but then I realized it's Bluetooth and it's actually built into the PC. I think it must be the mouse that's... Yeah. It's not been found on that channel. Let's try a second. Bluetooth is just not finding it at all. Like, my headphones are still working. I'm still getting sound. Okay, I've got a slow flash now on 1. Oh my god, this is so annoying. I wonder if it's because it's on charge as well. Turn it off. Right, I'm going to show you guys because I can't move stuff out of the way. Turn it off. Turn it on. Flashing. Nada. Yeah, I do have a backup mouse actually, which is an MX Master 3S. Let me plug this. Apologies for the bing, but I'm trying to connect my other mouse. Even that's not working. Even the other mouse isn't working. It says it's connected, but I wonder if it's Windows that's crashed itself. I wonder if it's part of the Explorer or the mouse thing that's crashed. I've just put the dongle in for this one. So this mouse I've just put the dongle in for. Control Shift Windows B. Control Shift Windows B. Am I still live? Okay, neither mouse is working. Okay. Boop. Yeah, did you guys hear the boop as well? I'm just gonna hit cancel. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn Bluetooth off and back on, right? See if that works. Okay, Bluetooth was turned off and back on. Right. Let me see now if I can add a device. Bluetooth. Oh, it's now finding a printer that it wasn't finding before. Okay, I found the MX Master 4. It's now connecting to the MX Master 4. The MX Master... we have a mouse. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Okay, I can actually control my PC again. How bizarre was that? That was the weirdest error I've ever had. Okay, anyway, we're fixed. We're back up and running. Thank you very much for that. Right. Okay, where did we get to in chat before we had 5 minutes of nightmare? Only have 3 keyboards with you. Cynic 12, we can ship you more. Just order it. Lots of sets that feature international kits so you can use Azerty. Yeah. Pulch. Yeah, we're going to be unboxing Pulch in a second. Got to wait for DCS PBT handle. Yeah, that's not too far away now, I think. Currently torn between getting Pulch and Monochrome Dolch with light handle alphas. I hate the issues with pricing this set had though. GMK Monochrome Dolch we've taken off stock. We've taken it off the website. We have a ton of stock of it, but we've taken it off the website because we just got so many complaints about it. So, yeah. Would you like to bring Switches and Joy-Cons, or are you set? Gemma, when I said we're going to play N64 Mario Kart, we are going to play N64 Mario Kart. I have 4 controllers. We're going to play N64 Mario Kart on the N64. So, yeah. Do you want to get the Stinger in case you win the raffle? I don't know. I would love to win the Stinger, but I don't think I can afford it personally right now. That's my problem. We'll see. We will see. What's the ETA on DCS Olivetti? Even numpad pre-order sold out. Will there be more in stock drops? Yes, there should be a very small number of numpads in stock available. I think the ETA on DCS Olivetti is Q3, but it should be on our updates moves. Yeah, Bluetooth for the win. I don't know. Hey, restarting Bluetooth works it. Works it out. My MX doesn't work when charging 95% of the time. I think it was me plugging it in whilst it was on Bluetooth just made the Bluetooth have a hitty fit. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, we're back up and running. Jig boot. Yeah. Yeah. IT professionals are always right. Turn it off and back on again, then call me if it doesn't work. Pretty much. Wait, what's yellowing, son? What's yellowing? Wait, what? Did I say something was yellowing? Right. Okay. DCS Pulch. Let's take a look at it because that's the next one I have to box up. Now I can control my mouse again. So this is DCS Pulch. I'll zoom in. It's pink on Dolch, and it's in DCS format, which means it's cool. It's super cute. It's super nice, and it has a UK ISO kit with it. So let's get this over. Oh yeah, monochrome Dolch. Yeah, we had to take monochrome Dolch out of stock because of the pricing issues, not due to it yellowing. GMK monochrome Dolch, yeah. Or is it just GMK monochrome? I thought it was monochrome Dolch. After this we have the base and where's the symbols? UK ISO. Maybe I am talking about GMK monochrome, and it's the monochrome Dolch. Hold on, let's have a look on the website. What am I talking about? Am I getting confused with keycap sets? Where's Shopify? I can't share this with you because it's the back end to Shopify. Can't share it, unfortunately. But you should all go make orders on the website, by the way. Right. I could have sworn it was GMK. Yeah, GMK CYL monochrome Dolch. We've got over 30 base kits. I don't have an exact number. We've got over 30 base kits and a ton of the other kits, and we've just taken it all off the website. Let me show you. So if I do that,
incredible.
This, I'll be able to show you it. This is just the preview page. This is the product I was talking about. If I got confused, then I'm sorry, but the whole thing is out of stock. Like you can't find this on the website. It's all hidden because I just took it off the website because I was sick of people complaining at me for the product and GMK's pricing being better than what we paid for it wholesale, and like just nothing I can do about it. So I took it off the website. Zahid, I haven't had a chance to think about it because we have, thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds worth of stock here, and I don't know what to do with it because I can't sell it for the price everyone expects me to sell it at because we're selling for a loss, but I can't not sell it because then we're making a loss on it anyway. So I don't know what the right answer is. I really don't. If anyone has a good idea on what to do with it that isn't give it away, let me know. Maybe I do something stupid, like if you spend more than £1,000 on the website, more than 1,000 British pounds on the website, I'll give you a set for free. Maybe we do that. Like in one order, you order £1,000 worth of in-stock stuff, you'll get the set for free. Oh, I put these stickers on the wrong way around. That's really annoying. Stick there and reprint it. You said it first. Wait for GMK to sell out, but issues holding stock costs too. Absolute nightmare. It is. Bundle it with a set that you can afford to make a loss on. Like the problem there, Jelly, is there's very few sets we can afford to make a loss on. But maybe we could do like a GMK starter pack, and it gets you Monochrome Dolch, or a keycap starter pack, and it's like 500 quid, but it gets you like 8 base kits. That's actually a really good idea. How do you guys feel about that? Like if I do a keycap starter pack, and it includes a GMK set. I don't know what the price would be, I'd have to look at, but a GMK set, which might be Monochrome Dolch. It includes a GMK set, a KKB set, a cap set, and a Milky Way set, and a set of JOG. So you get 6 keycap sets, and it's a starter set. So you get white on black, you get a Dolch, you get a beige, you get something else that's fun. And we sell that for like, I don't know, 10% off or 15% cheaper than what all of the sets together would be. Does that sound like good value? Does that sound like good value? That might be a really, really good idea. Starter pack sounds good. Like a bundle. OmniType has done that. Ask them how it went. Oh, have they? I haven't seen that. It's a good idea. Instant poll comment. Hi. Will get me more people to try more profiles and manufacturers. Yeah, maybe an SWG set in there as well, because I think everyone's sleeping on SWG right now. Almost no one has ordered it, comparatively. And we have gone ham on extras, have all of the vendors to try and make it. A few different color combos. Yeah, I was thinking like you get like a beige set in JOG, you get a Dolch set in GMK Monochrome Dolch, you get you know, a DCS set in a random colorway. You get an SWG set in a random colorway, depending on what we have in stock at that back in the time. Looking forward to getting some SWG in. Yeah, I order SWG all the time. The goats do, but like overall across the hobby, Polch reminds me of Hippo. I'm so sad that Hippo never got one of these. Or didn't make MOQ. I would love to try again. If Beasley's watching, or if anyone speaks to Beasley, tell him to message me about getting Hippo going, because that's awesome. Why don't you know BBC box, a big beige collection? I like that. You could offer different starter packs, a set of keycaps that you mentioned, a set of keycaps, desk switches, and keyboard and starter packs. Yeah, we have considered, and we've been playing around in the background with bundles for like, I wasn't calling them starter packs, but like keyboard build kits that included like a keycap set, switches, the keyboard, and then you got free stabilizers and stuff like that. I've been playing around with that. We haven't put it live yet, but we have got some like A/B testing stuff that I've asked a few people to have a look at. So yeah, we might do something similar to that. Did hear BC was looking at MT New for another try Hippo. I think GMK might just do that as instant. I honestly don't know who that will be targeted towards. Newcomers to the hobby won't spend so much at first, and those who've been up a long time in the hobby probably already own basic sets such as white and black, etc. Yeah, maybe you're right, but like it can't hurt to try, right? Like if it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. It's no different to not having it listed on the website, right? Right? Like it can't be sold at the minute because it's not listed on the website. So if we did it that way, at least it's back on the website in some way, shape, or form. And some people do drop into the hobby with all the money in the world and buy expensive stuff. Okay, that's phase one of this. I have spoken to Melissa about them doing something different with packaging. Hopefully that will happen at some point soon. I don't know. I know that when Will was involved at Signature Classics, he was actively looking at it, but yeah, it didn't happen. So. But it is such a nice pink. Like this pink is to die for. Camera, please focus, will you? Camera. This pink is so nice. It's to die for. It's such a good pink. Like in the sunlight, it just. And this is in stock. Let me buy this, and I'll ship that to the Yeah, Polch came out so well. I need to find a board to put it on actually. Effective and efficient. I think it could be better. Like it's frustrating having to do this. couple of tiers, 2, 4, 8 set options that should cater to the casuals and the enthusiasts, but maybe the more you get, the greater the saving. A bit like how we did the mystery sets. Obviously, I can understand that working already. Yeah. Combining Pulch mods with Mulch alphas for passed on Myrmidon at home. Dude, what a great idea. Yes, that sounds amazing. Okay, let's have a look at that. Let's literally have a look at that. If I share. Okay, so open group eyes. Where's Mulch? Mulch. In stock. Keycaps. Pulch. So, Pulch mods. Pulch mods. With Mulch alphas. I think the inverse looks good as well. Like, these mods with these alphas. Fuck. Okay. Well, I wasn't going to buy Mulch for myself, but now I guess I am, because that's 2 keyboards taken care of. Yeah, that's going to look great. That makes me want ice cream. Please send ice cream my way. This is why I have too many keycap sets. I have too many ideas on combining sets now. Can I get a discount for Windbreaker? Wouldn't scrap them for so long. Yeah, Windbreaker should be in stock, I think. Let me just double check it's still in stock. You get profile image cherry. Where is it? There it is. Yes, so it's not, we can do you a 10% discount. Let me set that up right now. Specific products. But fuck it. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do it for anything that's in stock that's GMK. Don't tell anyone, but anything that's in stock GMK, you guys can get 10% off whilst I'm streaming. It will finish when I finish streaming. Okay. So here is the code. And install keycaps, GMK keycaps. Here is the link. Do not share this with your friends. This is just for you guys watching on streaming. So I don't know how I track that. 10% off anything with the GMK whilst streams live. Code is. There you go. Right. Don't say I don't give you guys anything. Let me pin that. Cool. There you go. White and black with purple knights. That sounds good. N9's good. Combine Moomin mods and Hootie alphas as well. That's a good idea. I think we finally sold out of Moomin a little while back, but okay, there you go. Wow, okay, I'll be getting Hangle Bait then. There you go, right, there's a discount in stock. I cannot guarantee it will ship today because if you guys do make loads of orders, I might not be able to get them all done, but I will try. Fuck, yeah. Well, it's still going to be cheaper than, it's still going to be more expensive than group buy prices are, because like it's 20% above the group buy price, but yeah, it's still going to be, you will still get it cheap if you want to do group buy. You will still get it cheap if you want to do group buy. This should take it down to just about the same as the pre-orders. I'm too generous sometimes. In fact, actually, no, I'm not generous at all. I'm incredibly selfish, but it is what it is. Right. Okay. So we've done our keyboard chores. That is literally the keyboard chores I had for today. which means now we're on to vintage games console modding. So, what are we doing today, Jay? I hear you ask. Well, I need to do a bit of in-depth soldering, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Moon's Vampire, sending me an Instagram link. Oh, nice. Yeah, it does look really good. That's the Dolls post. I think I retweeted that one. Yeah, retweet, reshared it, whatever it is. So today I'm going to be modding my Dreamcast, and I'm going to show you what I've bought to do this. I have bought this. It's 40 quid, including shipping, but it's basically putting native HDMI into an N64. It works on all N64s apart from the Pikachu models. And as you can see, you kind of get like better quality graphics. Instead of AV, you get HDMI out. It does improve the graphics, but it means I can play it on my arcade machine. And you can change the aspect ratio, so you can fill the screen however you want. I've done this for the PlayStation 1, I've done this for the Dreamcast, and they're all working just fine. But I now need to install this on to my N64. So I think the instructions are going to be on here. Where are the instructions to install it? Oh, okay. So I'm going to have to cut the shell. Okay, nice. I have to cut the shell. We'll do the shell last, because I need to go get my X-Acto knife for that. Right. Soldering the flex cable on the main chip from pin 6 to pin 25. Fuck's sake, this is going to be hard. Okay, let's get the console opened up and have a look at it. Here's the console, including my summer cart. If you guys haven't used the summer carts before, maybe check them out. This is very old, and, well, you know, I'm going to have to mod it. Where's the HDMI out going to be? Where's the HDMI out going to be? I'm not quite sure where this is on the shelf. Like, I'm looking at the shell and trying to figure out where that is. Is that the bottom or the top? Oh, it's going to sit. It's going to sit right here is the HDMI. Right there. I think. Which makes sense. That's where the multi-out is. Right, let's see if I can make these lights a bit brighter. In fact, I don't think I can. Can we? I did expect some PC kit, yeah. I didn't expect it to be that in-depth again, though. I thought this one was always touted as being a bit easier. Okay, that's right now. But I can see. So, yeah, so we're going to be installing it just here, the HDMI, but we'll do that last. Let's get the whole thing taken apart first. This is where I can't work out what screws I need. Oh, do I need a special screwdriver for this? Are these screws or nuts or what? Too small. What earth's screwdriver do I need for this? I'm just trying to find whatever fits over the top of this and actually feels like it's engaging. If I can get one out, I can figure it out. I think that's correct. Okay. So, is this the size I need? And do I need something bigger? Okay, that seems to just work, but I wonder if this is a slightly better fit. It's too. too good as well. Yeah, okay, I think I have the best choice here. Second link is via Black Purple Knights. Nice. You have the expansion card. Never did get that. I do. Yeah. It already has the expansion card. I think. Or if this isn't the expansion card, I have. I think this is the expansion card. I might mess around. Yeah, expansion card. I think this machine came with it. An old machine. A few years ago. Right. Gamebit 4.5mm apparently what people use on the screen case. Well, I'm using a Hex 4mm and it seems to be working just fine. I didn't even consider these screws proprietary, but yeah. But they're coming out, so that's all that matters. As long as they all come out, we'll be good. Nintendo loves small plate. They're quite tight though. But I think I'm getting these out more from just friction than actual screw power. These are really, really strange heads. Can't fix. They're like a really, really strange head. And this doesn't quite fit them, but it's enough to get the friction fit. So you can see it's just proud. Camera, please focus. It's just proud, doesn't quite fit flush, but there's enough to just get some friction on there. So that's what the inside looks like. Okay, let's get the PCB out, I guess. I'm not sure what. Well, I'm going to have to take all of this off by the looks of it. The screws do not work either. There we go. Trying to break these screws is almost impossible. Nintendo loves things. Money being the biggest one of those, I think. God, the PlayStation was much easier to take part in this. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do something counterintuitive here. I'm going to use a flathead to try and break these. I know these are Phillips screws, but sometimes a flathead just fits in the groove a little bit better. Jesus. I can't put enough downward pressure and twisting pressure at the same time. My word. I might have to go get some more screwdrivers. Maybe I can just take it like in. This one feels like it's a little bit longer. Those can are easy. They're into plastic though. I wonder if I don't actually need to take these ones out. No, I do, because they go into heat sinks. This is a heat break, isn't it? Yeah. Silly me for thinking that this might get easier. Why is it that selling a Jane V2 CE for 2.3k is more acceptable than DCS panels for 230? I'm both considered flipping. Seems like the forum is constantly ignored. I think because the Jane V2 CE has probably been out of production for a lot longer. That probably makes part of that decision for people. I want to try and get one of us holding it in the case of this so that I can. Is that enough to make this in case? So, do you still have a hidden? I don't know why it does. Should have taken a photograph of this thing. What's holding this in at the front? Feels like something's holding this in at the front, but I can't see where it would be screwed in. Am I going to have to get this top case off? I think so. That's one. That one just doesn't work. No, it doesn't. Let's see if it does. Right, I'm going to get a bigger screwdriver handle for that. I'll be back in 30 seconds, guys. Give me a second. Okay, more screwdrivers. Screwdrivers with larger handles should make this a little bit easier to do. As long as you can find a screwdriver that actually fits. Which we can't, so I don't know if it fits. This one. Okay. Oh, do you suppose these have to go as well? Break. Okay, now how does this come up? It comes off like so. Okay. got it apart. Right. So now, this is the rough one, instant park only. This is the rough desk mat. I tend to prefer a rougher finish for a desk mat than a smooth one, but your mileage may vary. Okay, so we have the PCB now free and clear. Let's have a look at the mod kit itself and where we need to install it. So we'll do the case later on. So we're going to be connecting to the big pins, the big chip here in the center, this one here, which is this one here. And we're going to be going on the right-hand side and soldering the flex cable from pin 6 to pin 25. Okay. Which means pin 6 starts from here upwards. We count up to pin 6. This is going to be fun. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. And I have to do this today as well. Slightly opposite of this. Don't tell me there's a ton of jump wires there as well. I should have looked at this. Apparently this is easier to do than the PlayStation one, but I remain unconvinced. Lots of jump wires scares me. Right, so this is the ultimate HDMI, mini HDMI output. Okay, right, so we have the ribbon cable. We're going to be connecting it. To pin 6 and pin 25. This is actually the label. I don't know if you can see that. It does say pin 6 and pin 25 on there, so it shows me where it goes and which way around it goes. Well, this is actually a little bit bigger than the PlayStation. The pins are actually quite large. Okay, so this might be alright. This might be alright. Famous last words. Get our flux pen, get our soldering iron ready. It's Des. Hey, there you go. Welcome to the stream. I'm soldering a HDMI native mod onto a Nintendo 64. So that's what I'm doing on stream today. I apologize because my hat is going to get in the way of this. I'm certainly sure of that. I'm just going to shove a ton of flux in here. That might be too much, but it's plenty there. And we're going to line that up with pin 6 and pin 25. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just need to make sure I'm getting this in the right spot. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That is soldered in, but I'm going to hit it with a bit more flux. I'm just going to re-go over that. That is now soldered in. It is all nice and tight. I'm just going to Just going to triple check. Okay. See if you can see that. It is all soldered in nice and tight. I just want to check that I have got that on pin 6. Camera, please. 1, 2, 3. Have I got that on pin 6? Can anyone check that for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I do have it on pin 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyone screen grab that and just draw on the pins just to make sure I'm right? I'm tempted to just do that myself, actually. Let me grab a snipping tool. Okay, I'm literally just grabbed up the snipping tool. I'm just gonna draw on this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're on pin 6. Yeah, we are. Cool. Okay. Okay, we are on pin 6. So that's that installed. Got a load of ribbon cable. I feel like that went far too easy. Okay, what's up next? Let's have a look at the browser. Okay, so we've done the ribbon cable. I think that looks good. Next up, we have to take the little slotty bit, this bit here, this kinky bit, and put it to the 5-volt ladle there. Okay, that should be relatively easy to do. Have they? Yeah. Okay, and then we've got to come over to the far side and have it on the sound chip. Okay, so let's do that first bit. So now we're going to take this. Let's hit it with some flux first. Just going to do some flux. I feel like it's kinked over. Does not seem to want to be taken. We have to hit that with a bit more salt, I think. So trying not to add too much salt to all this stuff. Something. Right, and then next, what we have to do, we have to solder to the last but one chip on that far side. This bit here, okay. Let's figure that out. No worries, Basil, see you again soon. Eggy Sander, hey, welcome to the stream. We are doing some in-depth soldering today on an old N64. I think the issue here is just stretching the cable into position is the hardest part. Oh no, we pulled off the other cable. That's upsetting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tin this basically. Should be able to see it. Bring this over. That should be fine. Right, okay, let's see what's up next. Put the PCB in the shell and then connect the flex cable. Okay, we need to cut the shell. I need to go get my X-Acto knife to do this bit. Okay. Something tells me that this isn't all the soldering that we need to do. So I'm going to keep my soldering iron out, and I'm going to go get my X-Acto knife. I'll be back in a second, and then we can do that standard. Okay, let's move this to one side. And if you guys have got any questions about what I'm doing here, just please let me know. I will always try and answer them. Okay, so we need to, is it this piece? Let's have a look. Yeah. So, it's going to sit here, and it's got cutouts for these two posts here. So this is going to give me a nice little idea of where I'm going to need to cut. I'm just going to score a rough idea. Of what I'm going to have to cut out. So I kind of scored that there. Oops. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Hozo X-Acto blade and I'm going to trim the plastic. I apologise if this is really hard to see. I will do my best to keep it as visible as possible for you, but it might be the easiest thing. Okay, so I wasn't expecting this to be this stringy, but it is. Turn this up a touch. Okay, so we have like a neat little etched mark now. I'm just going to offer the PCB up again, and we'll see how it sits. Okay, so it's close. It's close. We need to go a little bit deeper, but it's not a million miles away. A little bit wider. Let's do it a little bit wider first. Let's see how it sits after that. Tidy up the inside edge as well. Okay, see how that sits. Okay, it's getting close. Just need to straighten up that bottom edge. This side is fine. This side just needs to be the same depth as the other side. I'm going to tidy that up now. Looking okay. Went a bit too far. I'm just going to try and square all this off now, make sure it's nice. This is really hard to do on stream, I apologize. Okay, there we have a nice neat edge now. It's slightly curved in the back corner, but it's all right. I think we can just use some flush guys to just tidy up the touch now. It's just stringy bits in this bottom corner. There we go. And I'm just going to try and just flatten off that edge, just because it's slightly raised where the knife's melted at a touch. There we go. Nice and neat. And we can install this now into the board. There we go. That's how it will sit once the console's assembled. Pretty good. Nice haircut. Oh, I haven't had my haircut in weeks. It needs doing. It's just really long. I just don't have a hat on today. It's if I turn onto the big thing, it's hard to see it in here. Like this, it's just massively long right now. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom the camera out a little bit because we need more room to see now, but we have the HDMI installed. It's going to sit nice and flush once the pressure's there on the case, which is good. That fits nice and evenly. Right, let's load up the instructions and see what it says to do next. After cutting the shell. Yeah, we've done that. We've done all that. Put the PCB board into the shell, then connect the flex cable. Okay. Nice. I didn't even share that with you, but that's all connected. Looking very close to the actual graphic. Put the motherboard into the case. Okay. So for this now we need to put the bottom tray on, which is this one. So I think this cover is going to go on here. This is cool. Okay, let's have a look at the instructions. Some models of the N65 have big screw columns, maybe necessary to trim the screw columns. We didn't need to do that. That fit. Okay. We did not need to do that. Okay, what's next? You can connect HDMI PCB to N64 motherboard by wires if you think soldering a flex cable is difficult. Using this mod, the HDMI signals are weak in the welded ribbon cable. Okay. Need to connect the DD to the N64 motherboard. The RC, RST, and T don't need to be connected. Oh, okay, so we don't need to do that. Okay, excellent. Okay. Okay, so I think we're done then. I think that's it done. Okay, let's assemble the rest of the case now, and remember how everything goes, and then figure out. I want to make sure that I'm not crushing this ribbon cable in any way, shape, or form. There we go. And then there's tips underneath there. Okay. Right, okay, so I think we can just re-screw all of this back together. Now I need to remember which screws go where, but I'll worry about that as we go through the installation. There's a lot of these little screws to hold in the heat shield onto this, so we'll just slowly, gently. I have to take this one apart again. Screw for me. I can't believe you guys are actually watching me do something like this. It seems insane to me that this would be even remotely interesting for a stream content, but hey, if you're going to watch, I'm not going to complain. My biggest worry is that I'm going to have to take all of this apart when it is done, because I've solved something incorrectly. That's my biggest worry. It's nice to have on in the background whilst I work. It's different to keyboards, and we watch keyboards. I suppose like this just on the screen here. If this works, I'll be incredibly impressed with myself. I know I have no right to be impressed with myself. There's people who do far more difficult jobs than this every day, so it's probably a little bit unfair of me to have that view, but hey. I think these were the same things. I think. There we go. What was that these ones? Where did the silver ones go? People did this with wires back in the day to crack them. I know. Anyone remember where I took the silver screws from? Oh, I know where I took the silver screws from. It's fine. It's fine. It's really warm. I am regretting giving Mel the air conditioning from my office yesterday. She took it home because it's a portable unit. I'm really regretting that right now because I'm sweating in places that shouldn't sweat. Yeah, I think it's 33 degrees in my office right now. Hold on. 37 degrees in my office right now. It was 33 degrees in my office when I started streaming. Turn the camera off and sit in your pants. It's alright. DHL and UPS ripped up on some there. Who needs to someone with Mother Nature does it for you? Yeah. Like, my fingers are sweating just doing this. Thinking of buying 2 portable AC units for the house. When's the best time to buy? Logic thinking winter, but considering how the summer's going, I have a feeling that it won't be a sale. Yeah, I think. Well, we have at home. I'm lucky to have fully fitted air conditioning. We put it in 2 years ago. Now I know someone has had pretty much the same thing done recently, and it was more than 3 times more expensive. Almost exactly the same configuration as what we had as well. So I think like proper home AC has gone up in price now. The unit we had here at the workshop that Mel has stolen is just a portable one by a company called Inventor, and I think it was 500 quid, but it is worth its weight in gold when we use it. Okay, so look, we have HDMI out now. The HDMI is there, and it looks really neat and tidy. And I think everything's pretty much ready to go together now with the top case. That fits together so much nicer than I expected it to. Okay, we can put the bottom cover back on. We can now put this back in. Excellent. We can put the cover on for it as well. Okay. Now we can install these. And then we can give this a test. And I can share the test with you guys as well, because I do have the HDMI cable hooked up to the PC. These are really awkward to screw in because I don't have the correct size bit for them. I'm just going to go into the field. I will order the correct screwdriver for these, but I'm just going to try and fit them together. I need to put this in. Typical Nintendo using proprietary screws. We installed HDMI, Rorschach Inkblood, but we installed native HDMI out onto the main board, which is pretty cool. And that's so I can use it as part of the input systems for my arcade cabinet. I'm going to test it in a minute, and I'm going to hook this up live to show you. Yeah, like I have an arcade cabinet here at the workshop that runs off of a HDMI only monitor. I've been converting one of each of my vintage games consoles, so a PlayStation 1, a Dreamcast, and an N64. Maybe I'll do GameCube and PS2 later, but been converting slowly to all output natively over HDMI, which is what we did for this one. Yeah, I think GameCube is easier to do. I don't think I actually need to do any soldering for the GameCube. I think I can just buy the adapter. But like rather than use like plug-in adapters, I wanted these to be native HDMI, which is a little bit more involved. But we are there, and we now have a HDMI out natively installed into the case. So let's give this a try and see if it's actually going to work. If I turn on this, you might see, is that it? Or is it this one? Oh, it's this one. So if I turn on this one, I'm going to plug this in and we'll see. Oh, that was this one. As tight as I can get it. I'm going to have to order the correct screwdriver for it. But we'll see if we can actually get it to boot. So I'm going to put the game back in it. I'm going to plug in the power brick, just like so. I'm going to grab my mini HDMI to HDMI connector. Turn this off for a second. Grab the HDMI cable and then let's see if we get it. So, HDMI cable into the mini HDMI. Mini HDMI into the board. And turn on game capture, and let's flick this on and see if we get any output. It's detecting a signal. see the no signal. I think about the girl clown thing on BBC they used to show them, right? Yeah. Well, it's detecting a signal. That's the good news. The downside is we're just not getting anything out of it. It might be just in your head. I wonder if it needs a controller plugged in, although I don't think it should. Let's see if this is not quite seated quickly. Is it in? That's what she said. Come on, give us some luck. Let me go grab a controller to see if it does just need a controller. I'm back in 30 seconds. Okay, I have controller. So let's get the controller plugged in and see what we get. Controller's plugged in. Try again. What was the code to get something up on screen? Let's see if we can have a look at that. So, turn off the game training. Start plus AB buttons for 1 second at the same time. Start plus AB. Okay, let's try that. I feel like we've got something not quite right in there. I really don't want to take it back in. Wait, it didn't come with the things. It didn't come with those screwdrivers. Okay, I think it didn't come with these screwdrivers. It should have done, but it didn't. I think I've messed something up here. I'm gonna have to take it apart and figure out what that is. That's annoying. Because this is my planned entertainment when people visit. So right, okay, let's take it apart and see what's going on. Just make sure I have it. Yeah, it's definitely outputting something, but not the game. So I think just maybe one of the connections is missing. Alright, okay. Well, we know what to do. We know what to do. I'm just going to see if I did get the little screwdrivers right. I don't think I did though. I'm pretty sure it didn't come with screwdrivers. I'm pretty sure it only came with one ribbon here as well. No, I'm looking over there, it doesn't seem to be on my desk. Such is life. Nothing ever works the first time you try it. Right. There we go. Third time lucky. I feel like the PlayStation one shouldn't have gone as easy as it did then, considering that this is working. At least they screwed up my easily. Right, does more damage as it gets moisture in there. You're still here, just been in an hour's meeting. Nice. I hope the meeting went well. Unfortunately, the HDMI is outputting something. It's just not outputting enough data for us to get a signal. So it means that either some of the pins aren't connected or there's something else at play. So I'm just going to reflow everything and see what we get to. Hopefully, this time it will work. I don't have much longer I can stream. I can probably push streaming to 3 PM, which is in about 30 minutes. And don't forget, you can still get 10% discount on anything GMK whilst I'm streaming. So don't forget you can do that, guys. That's that done. Use 4 squares here. Screw, and then we can take off the top plate. Right. That. Right. Is that definitely soldered? Yes. Is that definitely soldered? Yes. Right, soldering iron, and let's reflow some stuff. Maybe I'm sensible with it this time, and I 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely got it connected to the 6th pin. Definitely got it connected to the 6th pin. I wonder if it's the 5-volt, you know, if it's just not getting enough power. I might replace this with a ribbon cable. There is like a little pin here I can flow to. So on the ribbon cable, there's kind of like a dot that I can flow to. So I'm just going to do that with my flux pin. I'm just going to be kind of cheeky and just try and flow to that instead, just in case I've damaged this ribbon cable here. I think if it's anything, it's going to be the power. So that, and then if we just solder to that, and then solder this over here. Right, let's pull this in. And just solder this in. Okay, so that's basically a jumper wire now that replaces the need for this. So, I wonder if that might do it. Actually, what I'm going to do as well is I'm just going to put some flux on the pins down here. I'm just going to reflow them just in case there's one or two that aren't quite connected. And then I'm just going to double check that I haven't bridged anything. Okay, that looks good. That looks really clean, actually. Right, maybe we try this with the case off. Again, this is quite dangerous. So if this works, I will just trim this cable here. But let's see. Let's see if we can get anything outputting this time. Oh, that's the doorbell. I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. Okay, that was DPD, collect some packages today. Right, shall we see if this works this time? It's theoretically just about all plugged in. There we go. Let's turn on the game, and let's see if we get anything. That would be a no. Okay, does it need a game? try again. Still nothing. Controller. Devastation. It is not working. How frustrating. I don't know what to try now. I wonder if it is this cable. I'm just looking at this cable from another angle. This junk cable, it might not be the best. Let's try and look at it from a different angle. Definitely connected. I'm going to try looking through my phone at the ribbon cable connection and see if that is actually all soldered nicely. I don't see any bridged pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's definitely on pin 6. I don't know if you can see that. If I do this, if you guys can see, it's definitely all soldered. There's no bridged pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's definitely connected at the right point. A little bit of carbon scoring on them, but nothing that looks terrible. Maybe that one pin is a bit undone. Let's try running the soldering iron over again. With some flux. On the other side. It's all correct. It's soldered in the correct spot. So I'm just gonna reflow everything with a tin tip. Make sure I don't bridge anything. I've bridged anything. Right, now I need some copper braid because I have bridged the stuff. So look at that through a camera. Those pins at the bottom where I've pulled off the copper braid just look like they do need a touch of a reflow. They all look really good now. I wonder if that one's not soldered correctly. No, it's good. It's not bridged or anything, so that's good. Right, okay, let's try this. If this one doesn't work, I don't know what will. I don't know what the next thing to try is. Let's try just disconnecting the ribbon cable and reconnecting it actually. Right. I'm just going to make sure that the HDMI cable is fully inserted as well. Okay. Plug in the power brick. Controller's still plugged in. Right. If this doesn't work, I don't know what's the issue. Yeah, it's not working. I figured it might be the power issue, like the 5-volt cable, but that seems to be okay. Yeah, the power brick's in properly. Yeah. The LED's lighting up, so like the LED is lighting up here. Hey, thanks for joining the stream. We're trying to modify an old N64, but for some reason it's just not having it. It's definitely seeing HDMI. There's definitely something. As to why it's not working though, I'm not sure. Pretty happy with the ribbon cable soldering. Like, that looks really good. And it's really robust and in place. The 5-volt is definitely connected correctly. The CON port is definitely connected correctly. I suppose I could try re-jumping the CON port with a which is this thin cable here. I could try jumping that with jumper instead. Let's try that. I mean, that's the only other thing I can think of to try right now. I'm just going to drop a blob of solder as my onto the ribbon cable. And I can connect a wire to it. Okay, that's the doorbell again. I'm going to go get that because it's probably DHL. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, right. Did you do the jump wires to the flex cable? Do I have to do 3 jump wires to the flex cable? Hold on, let's have a look at the... Did I miss something on the instructions? Right. Where are the instructions? Here they are. So we cut the case. The flex cable is installed. We've replaced this cable. We've replaced this cable. We've done that. We didn't need to do this. If the flex cable is too difficult, you can do it with the HDMI PCB as it's called, just wires. So I don't need to do this. I only need to do this if I'm not doing the ribbon cable, but I did the ribbon cable, so I don't need to do this. That's again only for ribbon cable. Again, only for ribbon cable, but the 5-volt coming across. Have I connected this to the right thing? It's the second pin. Hold on, let me just check I've installed that to the correct pin. Yeah, so it shows the second pin, PIF NUS N702. PIF NUS, I have a different one, but yeah, okay. That's got to be connected to the second pin, which it is. By the C140, yeah. So I've definitely connected that to the right pin. The only thing I can think of is if I do the 5-volt directly to the chip itself. Sorry, directly to the second board itself. If I did the 5-volt onto here, where does that go? 5-volt to there, maybe that's it. Flex arm to 5V solder is good. Sorry, I've removed the flex arm, so. So I've removed the flex arm. This is not soldered in anymore, and I've replaced it with a jumper cable. I'm wondering if I just do the 5-volt directly to the main board, which is tucked under here. I'm wondering if that might be the solution, which is in this corner here. It's right in that corner there. So let's try this because I've just jumped the wire. Let's try this and see if this gives us an output. If this doesn't work, I'll try jumping this wire instead of to the ribbon cable direct to the 5-volt. Yeah, if you could do that'd be really good. Rorschach, just drop the link in chat. I'll open it up and have a look. I should have installed the gem. I didn't buy the gem. Fine. Let's see if this works now. Okay, so that's all connected up. Turn on. Okay. Plug a game in. And hit the power. It's definitely getting a signal. I think it must just be the 5-volt power that's not correctly working. Okay. I think it must be the 5-volt rail. Let's have a look at these. So I'm definitely connected to the correct port. Hook up the RC, RST, and CON connections from the reflector cable to the PIF using 30G. You must use wires to this. Do not use the reflector. Okay, so I've got the CON installed. Okay, maybe we just try this first. So I've got the CON installed. That's this wire here. It also tells me to install the RST, which is this one here, to a pin over here. So let's install these cables, and let's see if this fixes it. Let's disconnect the power first, because I'm nervous of that. Let's get the HDMI as well, because I don't want to damage anything. Here we go. And the control too. And take out the game, because why do I have that installed? Right. Okay. Let's get the flux pen back out and flux up the cables. So RC. Be the first thing that we try, and I'm just going to put the solder onto the RC point first. Okay, and then I'll do the RST. There we go. And then just do the 3, so I can leave off the T. Okay, fine. That's those done. The RST goes to the second to the last pin underneath the 28. So that's going to go over here. So it's going to go to that point there. And I'm going to connect that into... So, okay, that's that one done. And then we've got the CON is done, and then we've got the RC connecting to the second pin on the other side. So let's connect it this way first. Okay. So iron. And that's going to connect it to that over there. Okay, that's all of those connected in the same way as the other things do. Let's see if that works then. Let's see if this now works. So, HDMI cable in. Power brick in. Although this isn't included in the guide, this might be the solution. This feels like it could be right. In game and the joy of modding. Yeah, something like that. Right, okay. Let's see what we get now. No. I think I'm going to try putting the 5 volts directly to the board down here. I think that's what I'm going to try. Where's my flux pen? Luckily, this is labelled, so I can see exactly what it needs to be. Okay, right. Now let's plug the flex cable back in. Let's see if it works. "25th time lucky, maybe." Okay. I think this is all I can try today. If this doesn't work, I don't know what I'm going to do, but clearly it's not working, so... yeah, I don't know. Let's see if this works now. Okay, that's not right. Let's see. Double check jump pack is correctly orientated. Verify there's no shift between 3.3 and ground for all. 3.3 and ground, where's that? Where's double check jumper pack is correctly orientated. Verify there's no short between 3.3 volt and ground. Where do I need to verify that? Step 5 of that guide in the picture. Insert game cap, mini HDMI cable, jump pack, and controller port into port 1. Double check jump pack is installed correctly. Oh wait, the jump pack? Which is the jump pack? Do I need the... Oh, don't tell me I need this installed. If this has been it all along, I have no words. All right, okay. The question now is, do I take out all of these jumper cables, or do I just forget that I put them all in and just leave them all in? Thanks for the rocket spoons. That means the world to me when you put those in. No way. I didn't think that this was needed. This is an expansion pack. That can't be needed. That can't be needed. Do I undo all of this, or do I just... I know it works now, so do I just trim the 2 loose cables and then just outside out mind? Yeah, I think you're right. I think you are absolutely spot on, Rack. I think you are absolutely spot on. I think I just took them down nice and neatly. I trimmed the 2 cables that I don't need, which is this one. And this one. and I take the win. It's working. That's all it needs to do. I didn't realize that that's what it did, Moons. I thought it was an expansion port only. I didn't realize that it actually had to have something in there. But it makes sense. Like now I think about it, because it did have the standard jumper pack installed before I did anything, so it kind of makes sense. But well, I thought I'd soldiered it all correctly. Like I was certain that I was certain, right? As certain can be. What I'm going to try and do is just tuck all of these cables down nicely, so that when I put stuff on top, there's nothing going to impact them. I should have actually come way away from the heat block, actually. I should have come up like this. Okay. I see how it is, N64. Anyway, that's how you really easily make an N64 HDMI compatible. And we had 0 problems, funnily enough, with that installation. First time it worked. Well, he says it was the first time that we actually had all of the requirements plugged in. So I did take out the jumper cart, and I put in the expansion cart. I do remember a sticker being on top of it, actually. Now you say it, Moons, I'd forgotten about that. I do remember there being a sticker on top of it. Clearly I forgot about the sticker, and I forgot what the sticker actually meant. So, yeah. I took a really, really long break, JQ. Yeah, I had like 30 minutes of doing absolutely sweet FA. But it is now working. I'm just going to put all this together, and then before I seal the case up, I'm just going to test it one last time. I have to remember which screws might be where now, which is the hard part, I think. And I'm just going to do these screws finger tight, so I'm not trapping any cables overly tight. The heat shield should pin them down nicely enough. I'm going to test it one this time. If it doesn't work with this this down, then I will take it back up and I'll tape them all nicely down with some Captain tape. I do have a big roll of Captain tape, but I'd have to trim it quite severely to get it all working, I think. So I'll do that if I have to, but if it works once I've done this, it'll be good enough for the weekend. And then the other thing I do need to do is I do actually need to take the PlayStation apart again, the PS1 that we modded last week, because there was an issue with the installation of the disk drive emulator, the ODE. I think I've missoldered something on that, or not quite got something aligned, because there's some through-hole pins on that. So I do need to have a look at that at some point. But that is not one for today, because I don't need to use that anytime soon. Maybe we'll do that next week on more episodes of Jay Doesn't Know How to Solder Shit. You didn't pass the test, you forgot as well. Yeah, I'd completely forgot. I do remember the sticker being there. Now that you mentioned it, though, Moans, I do remember that sticker because I took the jumper pack out and put the expansion pack in. I do absolutely remember there being a sticker there. I don't remember what it said, but clearly I didn't read it because I was taking one thing out to put another thing in, which is a massive me problem. So many screws for such a small console as well. I wonder if the case design was mostly designed around thermal expansion and stuff like that, or thermal cooling, because it is quite an empty case for the size of it. I'm kind of surprised at that. I was expecting there to be more inside it. Anyway, if anyone has an N64 and they don't want to modify it themselves to do HDMI out, I feel confident I can do that for you. Now I have done it, so let me know. I think it was Rorschach I need to thank, actually. He was the one who linked me to that, saying a jump pack has to be installed. So I'm going to thank him. Efficiency wasn't really... Yeah, you're probably right, JQ. They probably could design the case and then they just made the electronics fit inside the case and it didn't matter how. Yeah, you're probably right. It's not like today where everything has to be designed around the package. Ooh, I misses. Right. Okay, that's all reinstalled. I am going to put the case on, but I'm not going to fully seal it on. I'm just going to put the case on. And then I'm going to put a game in. And I'm going to put the expansion port in. I'm going to put the cover on. I'm going to put the other cover on the base, because it's good. Right. Let's actually see if we can play a game very briefly. So HDMI put in. Controller in. Power brick in. Turn on the game screen. And typical, the doorbell rings, so I'm just going to turn that off and go into the door. I'm back in a second. Okay, I am back. Right, let's give this a try. Is that it? I think that's it. Oh wait, why are we getting no signal now? Now we're not even getting any signal. Oh, Jay, what have you done? I did verify the jump pack. Come on. Come out. 5 volt after the clipping. Yeah, maybe. What's the fewest amount of screws that we're taking over here? I'm actually wondering if it's the HDMI cable that doesn't plug all the way in. Right. This is the last time I'm taking this apart. That's definitely screwed into the heat block, so this has to come out first. Okay. I think I just have to take it all back. I did clip the 5 volt rail. I wonder if I just got something crossed over or something's touching the metal plate and shorting. Unfortunately, in this case, there's a lot of things that can short, I think, so. That's one of the feet just throwing itself on the floor. I really don't have time to keep going with this, but I am going to get it working. Come hell or high water. I reckon it's here. I've clipped a cable somewhere here that doesn't need to be squished in some way. I think I should leave these 3 screws out, maybe even this one as well when I put it back together. So, Rorschach, what do you think it needs? A screwdriver on Twitch. Dr. J clicks, yeah, we do soldering, screwdrivering, you name it, we do it on here. I think it's this cable here. I think it's actually just squish that cable too much. So let's uninstall that cable and put a new one in. I think I've just just about flattened it too much. I think that's probably what the issue is here. I'm wondering if I can actually re-jumper this back to the ribbon cable now and it still works. So let's try that first. And I'll get some captain tape and tape it all down. Right. So what I've done there is I've just taken the 5-volt cable we ran from this chip here over to the card there. I've taken that out and I've run it back onto the ribbon cable where we cut the ribbon cable earlier on for purpose. So let us test this and see if this now outputs to HDMI again. So it's part 1. Jumper cartridge installed. Power brick. Just like so. And again. Just like so. And the controller. Okay. Right, now let's turn on the game screen again. And this now should work in theory. Yeah, okay, cool. So we're booting straight up into the Summercast. So that's all working. So now what we need to do is assemble it in a way where we don't impact that. So that's the N64 outputting over native HDMI now. Right. So let's test this at each step of the way, and then we're good. Let's put that out. I guess the 5-volt flex on clip, your system made it different. Yeah, so the ribbon cable did have a 5-volt connector, but I was pretty sure I burnt the end of it when I installed it. So I did install the ribbon cable, but I think that's okay. What I want to do now is make sure we don't trap anything. So I'm just going to try and gently compress it. I should really take this down. If this was for someone else, I would absolutely take it down, but I'm not going to. Okay, so let's put the plate back in place, just making sure the only cable that is going through is the ribbon cable. Okay, let's test it again now and see if it still has shorts. Because if it has short now, it's something that's touching this metal plate. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to start to screw it down and then we'll check it at each step. Right, okay, that should be good. Let's turn the game screen back on. Okay, so we are good. We're good at this stage. Let's now start to screw things back together. And see what we get to. I'm going to leave the screws that side out because they do squish the ribbon cable, and I'm slightly worried that that might be part of the problem. So I'm going to leave the screws on that side out as much as I can without compromising the build. Probably put it in this side of the game cartridge when we do the game cartridge screws, just because I don't want to be like damaging when I pull a game cartridge out. That needs to be robust in my opinion. But I am going to leave those to you. I definitely think it was a 5-volt cable there. I think you are absolutely right. Okay. For my reward, I'd like to take your orange car for a spin. Okay, thanks. It's literally outside the workshop right now. If you pop over to the workshop now, I'll take you out there. I have no idea where that's your either, but yeah, that's in 240Z. But I came to the workshop with it today. Just fly over the pond. Cool. Yeah, I'll see you in like 6 hours, right? $13? Okay. We actually are doing we do keyboards and coffee on a Thursday morning. And we are doing an open day this weekend where we're going to have quite a few of our Twitch subscribers pop down to help me document some things, which is going to be fun. I'm really excited for that. I'm looking forward to it. The uniform is gold hot pants, right? Sure. Yeah, you wear gold hot pants and I'll wear gold hot pants. Sure, how about that? Kind of sick of it. Screws over. They just don't work straight. I need to put these in. Oh, I see why. It's actually slightly askew. Loosen these off. Okay. I am sick of taking this apart now, but okay. I feel like we've achieved something today. I do find it weird that Dr. Dead Click thought it was strange that people use tools on a Twitch stream. Like, that seems is it really that unusual? Or maybe it's just the people that I watch on Twitch who are very tool heavy. Perhaps. There we go. And just the two long screws to do now for the front cartridge, and we'll test it once more, and then we'll put the cover back on, and then we'll test it again, and then we're going to install it in the cabinet downstairs. Right, test again. Boom. All working just fine. Mostly a Hall Effect guy, so I'm not in the mechanical space that much. No worries. We're not doing Keybuster today, we're just doing vintage games console modding, but we are just about finished. We've just been converting this Nintendo 64 to HDMI natively, which is a pretty cool mod. And we're just about to finish putting up the case. This will work. Just like so. We do have some Hall Effect switches in stock though, if you are looking for new switches at Vietnam Duck. We have started to do a fair bit of Hall Effect stuff, so that would be something that interests you. to my last test. So the only thing to install after this is the feet. Okay, turn on the game function and let's see. And there we are. We should be able to now play a game. Mechanical keyboards have got so much more accessible these days. Back in my days, we had to wait 1 to 2 years to get one with group buys and stuff. We still do group buys. Not sure. Looks to be working just fine. This is why I'm a terrible shot at this game. Yeah, this is the N64 at the same time as the I'm gonna die? Wait, what? Why did it take so long to die? Wait, this guy over here. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? There was literally a guy up here, I swear. Yeah, I mean, you'll be seeing a really crap frame rate right now. Yeah. Okay, it's good enough for me. It's working. I will play it back on the actual machine it's designed for. But there we are. The mod is done. It works. But trying to play it over a capture card on HDMI on a screen where I'm seeing what you're seeing as a recording, that's not easy. So, there we go. Thank you very, very much for watching the stream today. That is all I have time for. Like, I've way run out of time. I've streamed for an hour longer than I should have done. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you all again soon. I'll be on Discord and Twitch and Instagram over the next few days. I'll see you again soon. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and have a great rest of your day. Bye.